Welcome to my side of the internet. My name is Mark Anthony, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some shopping mistakes that I made in 2022 that I will not be making in 2023. Creating content for the past 6 months has really exposed some bad habits that I have, and I think because I started making these videos, I'm a lot more aware and a lot more conscious about what I'm consuming. Now, I will say, I'm a shopper. I'm always gonna be a shopper. It's never gonna change. This video is not about me cutting back. It's not about slowing down in 2023. I'm not a minimalist. I'm not a minimalist. I'm not a maximalist either. I'm somewhere in between. I'm a mediumalist. Is a mediumalist a thing? I'm a mediumalist. So this video is not about cutting back. It's more about being smarter. And being able to identify these mistakes have really helped me. So I'm gonna share them with you. Now, the first mistake that I made this year, or the first mistake that unveiled itself, because I don't really think this was a mistake, it just kind of evolved. And that is shopping for the lifestyle that I have. So I work from home. I do not go out much. And since the pandemic, I have really slowed down with going out. I really don't like being outside. They be shooting. It's crazy out there. I don't want to be outside. So I spend most of my time alone. Don't cry for me. Trust me, I prefer it. But, and when I do go out, I'm often going shopping on the weekends or doing my little solo dates. So I think my wardrobe needs to be a little bit more tailored for that. I find myself going for more comfortable clothes than I did before. And I still want to look stylish, but I also need to add that element of comfort. Even with that being said, there are certain things that I'm just a collector of. Suits is one of them. I'm always gonna be buying suits. I just bought 2 of them 2 days ago. And I'm always gonna be looking for outerwear because I'm a big outerwear fan, particularly overcoats, particularly long wool overcoats. That's my steez. The second mistake that I've made this year is not understanding the difference between lust and love. So, story of my life, right? I think the story of a lot of our lives. That's why I'm single. But, you know, it's that old Marie Kondo sort of philosophy of does this spark joy? I know that's really, really overused on the internet, but I'm kind of in that phase where if I don't absolutely love something, if it isn't special, or if it isn't super high quality, or if it isn't something I'm going to go for frequently, I'm not gonna get it, because I have so many pieces that I have gotten rid of because I lusted them in the moment, or they were on sale, or they were selling fast, or they were low in stock, and I ended up purchasing them and regretted it, or even if I didn't regret it, didn't really make a lot of use out of it. And that also comes from shopping from boredom too, which if I'm bored, I'm buying something. So maybe I need to get a hobby in 2023. Stay tuned on that. This Zara shirt is a perfect example of lust and love, I would say. It's because when I purchased it, at the time I was kind of passé about it, like, oh, it's a denim overshirt, whatever. And then I got it and I wear it to death. So sometimes things that you love are accidents. I have a grayish suit, also from Zara. I'll pop up a picture of it somewhere. This suit I have worn to death is one of my most worn suits, probably most worn items in my wardrobe. Half of my Instagram pictures are this suit, but I didn't really think much of it when I got it. So sometimes the things that I end up loving were accidents. And now when I'm shopping, I look at the things that I love and I say, well, could I wear this in a different color? Or can I get a different silhouette? Or can I get it in a different fabric? That way I'm expanding my love items. Which leads me to my next point, which is getting the things that you love in multiple colors. So what I have been doing now is not only upgrading my go-to items, but also getting them in multiple colors, just so I can have the versatility. Because like I said, because of the lifestyle that I live now, I find myself going for the same things over and over. And in order to give myself that variety, in order to give myself options, I will get it in multiple colors just so I don't feel like I'm stagnant or stale or kind of in a style rut where I'm not mixing it up. Getting it in multiple colors has really allowed me to play around a little bit. Not just multiple colors, but also different designs, different silhouettes. I have to shout out to Shira from Politics and Fashions, because one of the things that she said in her basics video is your basics are boring because you're selecting boring basics. So if I go for a white shirt now, I'm looking for a white shirt that has a twist. The next mistake that I made in 2023 when it comes to shopping is understanding that sometimes you just can't wait. You just can't wait for certain items. So I know they're in hot water right now for their R. Kelly vibes. But my Balenciaga coat is a perfect example of that, right? I wanted to get it in a size 40. It went down from $1,000 from $3,000. And I said, I'll wait to see if it goes down a little bit more. And it finally did, but it did it in a size 40. And then I bought it in a size 42. And even though I got a lot of tailoring to it and it looks great now, it still isn't quite perfect, and it's never going to be quite perfect. And because I know that and I have that backstory in my head, I'm like, I wish I just didn't wait. I would have paid the $1,000 for it up front. So sometimes if something is full price or it's at a particular price point, you just can't wait. Get it, especially if it's a super special item. And speaking of can't wait, sometimes you have to pay full price. That was the next mistake that I made. Now, I am a very patient person. I will wait for something to go on sale. I will wait and wait and wait and wait. I will add it to my Karma account. I will watch it. I will stalk it. I will refresh that URL every single day until I see a price reduction. I'm really, really disciplined with that kind of thing. But sometimes you just cannot wait for certain items, especially if, again, they spark joy. So for example, this Zara suit that I have, and I'm gonna pop up a picture, I rarely pay full price for anything from Zara, but this time I did pay full price for this suit and have got my cost per wear because I have worn this suit to death. And I love the boxiness of the blazer. I love the fact that it has a single button. I thought that was really interesting and cool. I hadn't really seen anything like it at the time. I've seen a ton of single button blazers now, but at the time I hadn't. So I think I bought this earlier this year, May, June, somewhere around that. But this was a perfect example of sometimes you just gotta pay full price because the item is that good. And this suit, I got my cost per wear. Now, speaking of Zara, this one is very specific to me. Let me know in the comments if you have this same sort of issue when it comes to the stores that you shop frequently. One of the things that I wanna do in 2023 is, I was about to say 2022. In 2023 is apply my Zara approach to ASOS. ASOS is the only brand whose app that I have downloaded. And that is because they constantly have price reductions. They constantly have promo codes. They just lure you in. They just lure you in with the deals. And because of that, I find myself spending a lot of money on ASOS. But I think that I'm much more intentional with Zara because they don't have sales as often. Did y'all notice they had a Black Friday sale? This was the first year they did that, right? Let me know if this was the first year they did that, because I didn't see that in the previous years, and I have watched the Zara sales. I'm currently shopping the Zara sale now. But anyway, the point here is I want to apply my approach to Zara to ASOS. I want to be a little bit more intentional because the most frequent items in my closet purge this year were ASOS items, and it was mostly things that I got on sale. I don't really get rid of a lot of my Zara pieces. Now, that one was specific to me, so you can apply it to brands and stores that you shop at frequently. Now, another mistake that I have made in 2022, I think I've been making this mistake for the past 10 years, and rightfully so, because for the past 10 years, I've been yo-yo dieting. So at the end of the year, I'd be up 30 pounds. By summer, I'd be down 30 pounds. And by fall, I'm up 25 pounds. But I recently dropped almost 30 pounds, maybe over 30 pounds now since June. And this is the longest that I've kept weight off. I'm actually much more disciplined and maybe have changed my lifestyle for good at this point. But I find that I have shopped for 2 different sizes. And because I'm so used to that, I still kind of look for things in 2 different sizes. And I'm now like, you know what? Just maintain a steady weight. That way you don't have to buy double of everything all the time. And not just maintaining a steady weight, I find that some of the items that I purchase too, I'm buying for my ideal body type or my ideal peak fitness, and I have not achieved that yet. And I won't be doing that anymore. This body is gonna be the body that's there, and if I get more physically fit, then that's fine. But as of right now, I'm gonna shop for the body that I'm in and just accept that and receive it. In fact, I've been able to size down to a 30 pant, which was a big milestone. And not only a milestone, I've also been able to successfully reduce my tailoring bill, because I spend a lot of money on tailoring, and being able to get a pant that doesn't require me to get it hemmed or taken in the waist, because it can't fit past my big ass calves or ankles, but it can, you know, fit everywhere else. It's just saved me so much time and money. And I also have found that I'm buying less outfit stuff. Guess what my #1 purchase was? Not just in 2022, but just in general. I realized this not only as I was purging in August, but I also, as I did another purge very recently, and as I was just organizing my closet recently. My #1 purchase is shirts. And the reason I purchase so many shirts, I have enough shirts probably for almost every day of the year. Shirts are very easy to finesse, especially when you're going through a bunch of weight transitions, you know what I mean? You can put them under something, you can get them slightly oversized. The shirt really can be the statement piece, right? So I have so many of them because my weight has fluctuated. So I'm like, well, let me get a new shirt. Like, that was my go-to thing when it came to style and putting together a look. Lastly, I want to have a little bit more thoughtful approach to my purchases in 2023. I have made a lot of improvements, and I have to thank making these videos for that. Like I said at the top, I'm much more aware of what I'm purchasing now because I'm creating content around it. And so I think there's a lot of room for improvement. Here are some of the things that I plan on doing. And #1 is going to be planning my purchases a little bit more so that I'm doing less impulse buying. I do a lot of impulse buying, particularly when I'm in stores. So if I'm going to be going to a store, I want to make sure that I'm going there for something specifically. If not, I don't need to be in that store. Now, I will say I'm a person who loves a retail experience. I think if I could do it all over, I probably would have had a career in retail some way, but we can't go back to the past. So it's hard for me not to go into stores because something about it just revs me up. The next thing I plan on not doing in 2023 is shopping on Fridays. Fridays is the culprit. Fridays is when I make the majority of my impulse purchases because I'm just so happy it's the end of the week. Like, it's my way of celebrating. And yeah, no more shopping on Fridays. See, with Saturday shopping, I'm much more clear-minded. The adrenaline is a little bit more tamed. I usually don't listen to music when I'm shopping on Saturdays. Like, I got a routine. I got a thing that I do. I may have some meditation music in the background because I'm a manic shopper. Like, I'm like, what is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? Like, it's just like I'm like a rabid dog in a retail environment. So having some calm meditation music on a Saturday after I've had some coffee is probably the best time for me to shop. No more shopping Fridays after work. And that's it. That wraps up my shopping mistakes for 2022 that I will not be making in 2023. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you feel inclined, and I will catch you on the next one.